I'm live now. Gotta wait for someone to come. That's what I get for these impromptu hangouts. No one's around. Hi, guys. There's everybody. See, on my end, it was like a solid minute of like nobody. Like, oh, all right. I was going to play with a piece of gear that doesn't appear to be working, or I may actually just be stupid. So I can't actually do the thing I needed to do today. So I thought I'd hang out with you guys instead. Also wanted to talk about something specific, but we'll wait. Stuff all over my desk. How is everybody doing? I just changed the strings on this Thicket BB Bo Burchell guitar. I was going to try to write for Riff Wars number 5 because Bo's going to be in that one, and I was gonna whoop his ass with his own signature guitar, which I thought would be funny. He's not actually going to whip my ass. He's going to win. My God, the comments are flying by. I can't even. Whoa. So I've been getting a ton of questions. So people are like kind of flipping out about me taking down the first look for the Misha Mansour Tone Forge video. That was never meant to be like out forever. The plan was always to kind of take that down because the only purpose of that video was to tell everyone that there was 24 hours left in the pre-sale. That's all. And I had just gotten the plugin. Was it my best sounding demo ever? No, of course not. Because I literally had spent 5 minutes with the plugin. Like, yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to get a video up real quick to plug the last 24 hours of the pre-order. And the plan always was to take it down because I'll make an actual one down the road. So everyone keeps asking about the video and why I took it down. It's because it sounds bad. That's not why I took it down, guys. I was always going to take it down. Sorry. How is everybody doing? I feel like it's been forever since I've talked to you guys. Oh, also, I had a question. I was going to ask you guys. So I'm sure the Fortin Nameless sounds, it does sound awesome because Mike Fortin is a friend of mine and it's awesome stuff. Neural DSP is awesome. And, the guys from Dark Glass helped make that thing. Yeah, sounds great. It's not the only plugin ever made. People are kind of jumping on the, oh my God, it's Meshuggah. There's a huge difference between that and the Tone Forge stuff because the Misha stuff is meant to be an entire signal chain with effects and pre and post, and it has 36 channels and all that stuff. Like, it's a totally different thing. So when people compare them, I just kind of snicker because there's room for both. But what I was going to say or ask you guys, so I keep getting bugged about doing a Kemper profiling pack for my amplifiers. And I also have a Friedman Butter Slacks coming that I'm actually flying down to California to get because Dave is making it for me as we speak. And we're going to film a little thing. I have a custom-made Butter Slacks being made. If you follow my Instagram, you know that. Do you guys even want a Kemper pack of my amps? That's what I was going to ask you, because I was approached. I was asked if I would like to go ahead and do that, which ironically, I just answered this question on the FAQ Monday that I just filmed yesterday for this upcoming Monday. And in the video, I'm like, I'm not going to spend any more time on it. Like, I don't have a Kemper. I don't care. But if someone wants to come and do it, they can. Someone actually was like, yeah, well, we'll come and make profiles. And I was like, oh, really? Oh, okay. So I don't know if that's something you guys even want. Let me know, because I'll do it. A Helix patch or a Helix pack. I could do that. Make some patches, just kind of give away to you guys. That'd be cool. Actually, I hadn't thought about that. Why didn't I do that? I'm plugged into the Helix right now. The lowest tuning possible. Yeah, honestly, I love the Helix. It's so awesome. Rest Repose is, we have, oh man, I think we have 15 songs demoed out, and we're now going back to those songs and seeing what we want to keep, what we want to change. We have a lot of material though, especially with Jared being on guitar now. Like, we have a lot of material that we have to just kind of sift through together. The more preamp, yeah, I did a video for that. I might put it out tomorrow. I don't know. It's either that or the PV Invective video. I don't know which one I want to put out. I have listened to the new Sword album. It's really good. Put it out, but which one? PV Invective or the more preamp? The more, honestly, guys, the more super sick. I made 2 videos for the more. The one, it's just like a more standard demo, and then I made an actual dedicated video on how to exactly do the tone capture part of the pedal. I tone capture in orange, and it's awesome. Not the Apex preamp. It's the oh, you're talking about the Horizon devices. I don't have one of those. Honestly, ironically, so JST is giving away a Jackson Juggernaut and a Tokyo Drive, and I have both those here. The box for the Jackson is right there for Misha's guitar. So it's like living at my house, just Misha's stuff everywhere. And then I have the PV Invective in the other room. Like, I have all of Misha's signature stuff, but it's not here together for very long. So what's your daily driver guitar, by the way? It depends on what tuning I want to be in. It's either the Meeseeks Hyperion or the Paul Reed Smith Custom 22. I've actually already worn in a spot on the PRS from my hand. Play some Ramones. That's like every Ramones song ever. And I love the Ramones. That's yeah. I'm almost done mixing this Rob Scallon tune using Toneforge Misha Mansour. You guys probably don't want to hear that though. Actually, I don't know if Rob would even. I wonder if he would get mad at me. I don't know. It's 8 string, super heavy. Marshall Code stuff is cool. What guitar is this? This is a Beau Burchell Thicket Standard from Balaguer Guitars. I actually haven't played this in a while because when I was adjusting it, I dropped a screw and I never found it and I forgot about it. So then I went to go and change the strings today and the saddle fell out because the screw wasn't there. I actually took a screw out of the cheapest guitar from Amazon and put it in. It worked good. So how many guitars do I have? I think at last count it's like 21 or something. I just sold the custom shop Strat this morning. Not because I didn't like it, just because I'd never used it. And I used the Jaguar more. Next, our tour. We're trying to go out before the end of the year, but if we don't get out before the end of the year, it's going to be like right after NAMM. All right, you want to hear some 8-string stuff? I might get in trouble for this, but whatever. We're having fun. That's all you get. It's that was just Tone Forge, Misha Mansour. Riff Wars with Keith Merrow. I've asked Keith. Keith is crazy busy. He is into it, but he generally doesn't do stuff like that, which I totally get. We'll get him on something. Don't worry. What's your favorite clean boost pedal for death metal? Oof. You know, I'd stick with like an overdrive, just an OD808 or the JHS Bonsai. Oh my God, these comments are going by so fast. I can't even right now, guys. Dun 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 dun. How do I feel about ESP guitars? They're good stuff. Some Ghost. I actually don't know how to play any Ghost, although, man, I love Ghost. Faith, am I right? From the new record? I was reading, so like the members of Ghost, the newest members or whatever, like the drummer or the guitarist is the guitarist from Bloodbath. Like he got all these like black and death metal musicians to be in the band, which makes total sense. The drummer is from, it was like King Diamond's drummer or something like that. Like, so sick. Thoughts on running a 412 and 212 together as a rig? Works for August Burns Red. You should be just fine. God, these are going by so fast. What are the lights behind you? I actually answer that in the next FAQ Monday, so you have to watch. No, I'm just kidding. They're just $100 LED lights with a diffuser on the front. Yeah, that's all they are. That's the only lights I use. What do you think about Reverend guitars? The body shapes are not for me, except for the one Bob from Fu Manchu. His guitar is super sick. The SG looking one. Oof. That one's awesome, but I don't like the shape of the headstock most of the time. I don't know. Just not for me. They do sound good. Favorite Big Muff? Either the Way Huge Russian Pickle or the Electro Harmonics Op amp fuzz. Billy Corgan's Siamese Dream one. Kiesel guitars. No, man. Just no. Don't even get me started. What's up there with Black Star? I should do more of these. I feel like there's a weird, if I go too long without doing a hang, I feel like the video comments, no matter what I put out, just kind of turn into some weird flame wars or something. Um, like the Stingray bass video. Dude, let's talk about that for a second. You buried the bass. The bass is too loud. It's too scooped. Man, that has good clarity. Like, what the hell? Jeez, it's just so angry. Favorite Thrice album? Probably Artist in the Ambulance. I don't know, man. Illusion of Safety or the newest one. I don't know. Probably Artist in the Ambulance. Black Star is better than any Fender or Marshall amp? Get out. You're out. Kick that guy out, somebody. I don't know who, but somebody kick that guy out. Just kidding, he could say. We're all allowed to have our opinions. As long as we can all agree that I don't know how to mix and my guitar tones suck and I'm a horrible player, blah, blah, blah. Do I like any offset guitars like Jaguars or Jazzmasters? I love offset guitars. My signature model is an offset guitar. And I also dearly love my custom shop Jaguar. So Nick from Night Versus does play a Black Star, and me and him poke fun at each other back and forth. He'll text me like, "Yo, you want to check out this Black Star?" Like, "Hey man, let me introduce you to the orange guys, homie. Play real amp." How did I find out about Balaguer guitars? Bo, actually. I think if I remember correctly, it was Bo, and then Joe hit me up to do a demo of his original growler guitar, the dark green one. And then he was going to design kind of an RD-ish kind of guitar. And since I played them at the time, he was just like, "Hey, can I get some input? You mind? Get some input?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would do this. I put the controls like this." And he was just like, "Hey, man, you want a signature guitar?" How do I feel about the JP Sterling by Music Man series? Awesome. I actually really like the Sterling stuff. I have a Sterling bass that I record like standard tune stuff in. It's really good. Still enjoying Studio One. I am. Love Studio One. Dogs. No. Actually, I'm gonna put this away. What are your thoughts on the Gibson Explorer and Firebird? Love them. Classics. Do you still have that JP2C? I do not. The only Mesa Boogie I have still is that blacked out rectifier that I toured with. So I have to have a rectifier. It's probably my favorite rectifier. And it was also built on my daughter's birthday, coincidentally. So, someone's here. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, I think it's UPS. I got to see if someone's at my door. Nope. Have I ever busted or broken a guitar out of frustration? I have not. Have I ever had any problems with the multi-watt? No, none. Have I come up with some good Helix patches? A few. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like with it's with modeling, and it's gonna be on a Kemper, Fractal, or Helix that you will hear the most difference from guitar to guitar on the same patch. It really matters what your guitar is starting with. So, for example, on all of Keith's Kemper profiles, he likes a real mid-range heavy cutting guitar tone, but with my guitars and my pickups, I have a good amount of low end, or at least I did have a lot of low end. Those tones out of the box did not work for my guitars at all. But if you took one of Keith's guitars, if I took one of Keith's guitars and used that same profile, it'd sound great, because the EQ curve from his pickups or whatever would be matched. Kemper or Axe Effects Helix. What's the first riff I wrote? So when I started doing the YouTube stuff, the first thing I recorded was that I used it for the Ben Wyman, the Ben Wyman guitar video years ago. It was oh god, I don't even remember it. That feels even weird playing it. Wait. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I was listening to a lot of The Bled at the time, so that's kind of where that came from. Thoughts on Mark Holcomb? He's a good dude, fantastic player. Do you have any gear on the chopping block to get rid of? It's funny, Robert, you asked that this morning. You guys want to hear a story about selling a guitar and then not selling a guitar and then selling a guitar? So I've had a custom shop Strat on Reverb for a couple of weeks, and it sold this morning. And I box it up. I take it to FedEx. I ship it. I leave it there. And on my way home, so dude had used the financing for Reverb. He messages me and he says, I've done some more research and I don't like the terms of the financing. So I've changed my mind. I don't want the guitar. After I've shipped it, he's changed his mind. So that means the guitar is about to travel to Florida, and I'm in Seattle, opposite side of the country, only to be returned again. And I was like, oh my God, you dick. What the hell? That's not my problem. You didn't read your terms, what credit terms or whatever. So I race back to FedEx. I have the guy dig the guitar out. It hadn't left yet, thank God. I get the guitar back, and I'm on the phone with Reverb explaining what's going on. They're super, super cool. And they go ahead and they just make everything like it was. So they go ahead and relist the guitar for me while I'm on the phone with them. And so I get the guitar, I put it in my car, I drive the 15 minutes back to my house. By the time I get to my house, the guitar has sold again. So I turn around and go back to the UPS store. And they're like, what are you doing here? This all happened today. And they're like, what are you doing? What's everything okay? And I'm like, yeah, it sold again. I need to ship this out again. I'll just leave it at that. I'll spare you the story. I need to ship it out again. And the guy that ended up buying it messaged me, and he's like, this was just not not listed. Then it was suddenly listed again. What's going on with it? And I was like, someone changed their mind, so please don't change your mind. He was like, oh, no, I totally won't, man. Like, I really want the guitar. Like, all right, well, it's shipping out like immediately because it's already boxed up and ready to go. So, yeah, that's what I did today. God, why don't you like Kiesel? I don't think the guitars are particularly great. Honestly, you hit a CNC, but anybody can program a CNC machine to just cut out wood, put it together with cheap labor, and paint it like a popsicle. Ugh, they're ugly, man. They're ugly. That's all. And all the ones that I've played, I'm like, I don't know. To each his own. I'm allowed to have my opinion. That's all. And there's some other stories, but I'm not allowed to tell them on the internet. You guys ever seen that meme? That's a nice guitar. It'd be a shame if someone painted it sparkle purple. and it's Jeff Kiesel's face all close up. Oh man, that's funny. Who won the Juggernaut? I don't know if Joey's announced the winner yet. Honestly, I should bug him about that. Gent. Gibson or Balaguer? Balaguer. The headless guitar craze is in full effect. Headless guitars just look weird to me, man. Like, hey, man, I'm old, okay? Dads shouldn't be allowed to play headstockless guitars. That's all I'm saying. Therefore, I will not play one. Tom DeLonge or Matt Skiba? I love Matt. Blink doesn't sound totally right without Tom. With old Tom. New Tom half-asses Blink 182 stuff. I'm just doing it for the paychecks. I want to go hunt aliens. STP or AIC? Alice in Chains. Have you heard the new album? It's awesome. Best stoner rock amp. Orange OR 100. Or like an old Sun Model T. Glassjaw. Hell yes, Glassjaw. Orange Thunderverb is a good one too. Old Cave-In versus latest Cave-In. I'm about to go see Cave-In unless I'm flying down to LA to go see Cave-In and then go do Hollywood Horror Nights. Silverchair Frog Stomp. I bought that album the day it came out. I had my mom take me to the music store and I bought the CD after mowing lawns for a weekend. Rocker Verb or OR 100? Honestly, real talk, the OR is so sick. It's probably my favorite Orange amp. Orange doesn't really want me playing it live because like it's not a current amp that people can go out and buy, which I understand. Also the other reason I don't play it is because it doesn't have an attenuator. I think it does have an attenuator, but the way the volumes work on the channels, I'm like, I wish I could take the clean channel from the OR 100, and the dirty channel from the Rocker Verb, combine them somehow. Somehow. The OR 100 does have kind of a weird mid-range section. Yeah, totally agree. Favorite Prince song? When Doves Cry. Guys thought I was going to say Purple Rain. Favorite mini amp? Honestly, I keep plugging orange. I just love the orange stuff. The OR15, honestly, if you're looking for like a tiny amp that does kind of like a doomier sword kind of thing. Dude, the OR-15 is so sick. And it takes pedals like a champ. Play Primus song. No. What are your thoughts on A Day to Remember? Big fan. Love Day to Remember. I was talking to Neil about getting one of his signature guitars on the channel. I'll let you know how that goes. Toneforge preset pack. That's a possibility. Yeah. Best budget amp rig. What's considered a budget amp, though? Give me a dollar amount. Poison versus Motley Crue. Motley Crue. Favorite Devin Townsend album? Can I say Ziltoid? Ziltoid. $1,000 for a budget amp? Honestly, like I tell most folks to just find a used beat up 6505 or 5150 or something. You know, prices have gone up a little bit lately, but you know, $600 for a 100-watt tube amp made in the US, like can't beat that. Yeah, I will make some Helix patches. What if no one likes them though? JCM 900 or 800? Okay. I had a 900, a 2500 series JCM 900, which is not the dual reverb, and I hated that amp so much. It was like it sounded like a Big Muff fuzz. It was crazy bad. It was terrible. But we recently played with Drowning Pool, and CJ had 3 JCM 900 dual reverbs, and God, those things sounded good. They sounded so damn good. The JCM 900s are really meant to be the high gain version of the JCM 800, but they have diode clipping and some other things going on that are different than the 800. I do like the 800 though. I have an 800, but I don't know. I have thought about wanting to get a JCM 900 dual reverb. What's the best Bush song? God, that's random. Bet you thought I didn't know any Bush, huh? How to get better low-end response when you get palm muting. Really pay attention to where you are, how far up you are palm muting. If you want it super tight, you really got to choke up on the string. Thoughts on the new Bring Me the Horizon song? I like it. It's good. It's different. I dig it. Greta Van Fleet. Yeah, big fan. Dude, they're selling out 2 nights in a row at a theater here in Seattle. I mean, I guess they have an album's worth of material, but they don't technically even have a full-length album yet. Like, good Lord. What's going on with the R.R. Singer bassist situation? I'm not at liberty to discuss that. They will hurt me. They will hurt me. Diesel over Mesa? I mean, diesels are fantastic amps. I mean, I guess it depends which diesel and which Mesa, right? Because, I mean, if you're going to come at me with like a, JP2C or something, well, the diesels are awesome, but really, really expensive here in the States. Like $4,000 or something. Thoughts on the Hegstrom Phantoman? It was a cool guitar. I don't have it anymore, but I can't keep everything. I got rid of it, but it was a cool guitar. The Lundgren pickups actually sound really good. Do you like Dinosaur Jr.? I do, actually. Oh my God, the questions are just, trying to read them. I'm trying. What are you playing through right now? A Helix on I'm using the Archon lead patch. These are the Willie Adler pickups, Fishmans. Kind of mid-rangey. I like it. It's kind of barky. What's for dinner? I don't know. I might actually grill it up, I think. Fave shoegaze band. I don't know that I listen to any shoegaze bands. I might, but maybe I'm not aware of the shoegaze genre. I don't know. John Mayer. Big fan of John Mayer, actually. Trainor! I'm just reading, in case anybody watches this back after the live stream, I'm just reading random things. Corrosion of conformity or only living witness? Corrosion of conformity. When in doubt, COC. Still like the Triple Crown. I do like the Triple Crown. I don't have it anymore, but we tour with it in RR. Although that's about to change because Jared's changing that amp out to another amp that's not Mesa Boogie. Biggest pet peeves when mixing and mastering someone else's work. I really hate it when the DI is cut off at the grid so that you lose that initial pick attack, the transient, which is the most important part. So it's just like bang, like it starts off with a really loud transient, which doesn't sound natural. It sounds cut off. I hate that. New Fortin plugin. Am I the gatekeeper? I am not. That is Neural DSP. Down. Kemper versus XFX 3. So now with the modelers being so good, the leaps and bounds by which everything is improved, you're going to see that it's so small now. There's not a huge dramatic difference sonically jumping from the XFX 2 XL to the XFX 3. There can't be, right? But there was a huge difference from the XFX, the original XFX, to the XFX 2 at that time. Like, technology has progressed so far, and now it's so good. Now you're just adding horsepower, resolution, and bit rates and things like that. But like the fundamental, like the way they capture stuff hasn't changed anymore. So it's pretty close. Hope you're having a great day. I hope you are too, Jonathan. My God, there's so many. I'm trying to. What strings are you using currently? I've been with Ernie Ball for a while. These are not even slinkies. No, beefy slinkies. There you go. 11-54, drop C. Jared Dyens or Stevie? Stevie. Joey Sturgis plug-in gatekeeper. I am. Tuning, I'm in drop C. Play one of the new RR riffs. Well, there's one you guys have heard that we made into the song. Something like that, but a little faster. Starbucks or Pete's? I'm from the Northwest, so I have to say Starbucks. Otherwise, I lose my citizenship. Thanks for hanging, AJ Brown. Todd, we don't have temp licenses. I'm sorry. RR tabs. We've been asked about tab books, but I don't even know how to do that. Sheet happens, maybe? Do you send them like isolated stuff and then they transcribe it? Is there someone doing that, or do you have to? I don't know. Yeah, you could write your own tabs. Like I could do it with MIDI, I guess, like with a Fishman triple play, I think it's called. Play and it would go. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's how that would work, possibly, if it was accurate enough. What tuning does RR use? Drop B. What guitar is that? This is the Balaguer Beauberchel BB Standard with Fishman Willie Adler pickups. I don't play this. I don't play this guitar that often. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I figured it out today, and I've been messing with it. The action was too low. You guys ever have a guitar that like the action is just so ridiculously low that it just doesn't feel right? It sounded fine. It wasn't buzzing or anything like that. You can get the action really low on this guitar. It was just too low, and it's taken me months to kind of realize that like I don't like the feel of this guitar because the strings are so damn low, it doesn't feel right. So I actually raised them up, and now I like the guitar a lot, which I liked it before. It's just the comfort level. It just doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where like if the strings were too high, you're just like, man, the strings are too high. I'm gonna pick up something else right now. So no, it's totally possible. No, it wasn't fretting out. It was just the action was simply just too low for my own tastes. That's all. How fun was the tour? It was life-changing. Any Slayer fans? I was listening to Seasons in the Abyss this morning. I don't know why I did that. Valve Keen thoughts. It's cool. Riff Wars. How many subs do I need? A lot. It was the used. Well, kind of. I'm a huge Quinn Allman fan. I think that guy was just so damn innovative. How is Rest Repose doing? Fantastical. We have someone on bass now. Do I oil my beard? Not very often. Although I probably should. Thoughts on Rammstein? Love Rammstein. Richard Z is up. Yeah. Considering a Hyperion with P90s. I don't have any experience with the stock Ballier P90s, actually. I'm sure they're good. Fender or Gibson? I like them both. Really like Fender. Really like Gibson. Honestly, I'm super jonesing for like a really yellowed out white Les Paul Custom. I don't know why. I know why, because it's a sick guitar. But I've always wanted a white Les Paul Custom. That's been like, you know, how they yellow and they just get all like they've been in smoky bars kind of thing. I want that. Best guitar ever made. Is that, can you really say what something is the best guitar ever made? I don't know if you can. You can't do the gold hardware. In that scenario of the white Les Paul Custom, I can do the gold hardware. If it's like worn, I back it. Has RR jammed on old stuff like Alice Cooper at Practice? No, we don't really jam on anything. We stick to our own stuff, and it's pretty structured. Oddly enough, we are a terrible cover band. I don't know why. We don't sound right playing covers. More preamp is the trend. You know what? I will say about more. Every time I am asked to do something with them, if like, hey, you know, yeah, you want to check out this pedal, you want to check out that pedal, whatever. You always initially kind of go, well, it's super cheap. It can't be that great. Every single time I'm so wrong. Honestly, like they are you remember how PV, do you guys remember how PV back in the day was the ultimate bang for the buck gear? I really feel like more is that with pedals. Their stuff is damn good and not a lot of money. It's like, why isn't everyone else doing stuff like this? Like the tone capture for the preamp live, it's so spot on. And the whole pedal is $400 for all 12 preamps in one housing. And it has 12 channels that you can program and save presets to, and then you can save your tone capture. Like, that's crazy. Like, much respect to them, man. The black truck does look cool. I haven't tried it. Um, when I was at this last NAM, my friend Jock and Misha and Ola, I think, was there, and I was walking by, and they're like, "Yo, you got to check this out." And I was like, "What am I hearing?" I'm hearing like this 8-string, like the craziest spot-on Meshuggah tone ever, and it was a more preamp, the tiny guy, into like it was like one of those Electro Harmonics power amps, like the caliber 22, whatever, and into a cabinet. I was like, "How is this even possible? What the hell?" It was crazy. I hate EMGs, and I currently use blackouts. What Fishmans should I try? You should try out the Fishman Modern Fluence pickups. Line 6 sucks except for the G90 Flex Tone acoustic guitars and Helix. No, dog. So it sucks that, Line 6, okay, full disclosure, I am a full-on Line 6 artist. Okay? I'm on the website. I have 2 Helixes. I use a G90 Live. It's a shame that the people that were running Line 6 ran it into the ground when the uh, Pod HD stuff was coming out. Pre Yamaha. The pre Yamaha company really ran that company into the ground and ruined their reputation. Because back in the day, Line 6 was the fractal of the guitar world. Like, there was nothing like that. And now, post Yamaha, with the Yamaha engineering, it's so good. But now they're going to spend the next decade fighting that old stigma that was created on the Pod HD stuff. And I think that's a damn shame because, dude, I just took the G90, which is almost 10 years old. It came out almost 10 years ago at this point. I just took the G90 around the entire country of the United States and didn't have a single dropout once. Not a single time. But all the other dudes' Shures were going nuts and dropping out every single night, losing power and all sorts of weird stuff. And I was using the Helix for all my effects, and it was spot on every single night. Like, it sucks that Helix or that Line 6 is now in a spot where people, it's just cool to bag on, because that bugs me, because I remember when they were really, really mind-blowing stuff. A model, wait, I can get all sorts of different sounds out of this one little kid. What? That's crazy. So I don't know. You can feel however you like about anything you like, but I'm just saying, you should. Everyone that hates on Line 6 should always give them a second chance, because they do deserve it. The Veta 2. Yeah, the Veta 2 is sick. I liked the HD 147. Am I going to start a BitChute channel? I don't even know what that is. I hope that's not something really, really terrible that I just repeated. So Line 6 pays you to say that? No, they don't pay me. I was using the G50 for many, many years. Here's the thing about getting paid and all that stuff. People think that you sign on with someone like Orange or Line 6, and just because they're a big company, you're on some sort of payroll or something. It doesn't, it literally does not work like that. It never ever works like that. Being an artist simply means, for example, my Helix controls, which are laying right there because I just unboxed them, because I thrashed the shit out of them on tour. 6 weeks of sweaty water all over them, and I just thrashed the hell out of them. Being an artist meant I can send them to line 6 and they will go through and they will clean them all up and basically refurbish them for me to support me, because that's what being an artist for these companies means. Did how many of these amps of Orange did I pay for? All of them but one. But I will be supported by Orange. So if I go over to Europe, I don't have to worry about bringing my own gear over there. They'll have an amp for me to play when I go over to Europe. That's what being an artist means. It never ever means a paycheck. It once upon a time absolutely did. Back in like the 80s and 90s, companies don't have that much money anymore. Like, it just doesn't work that way, man. So whatever, man. Be salty. But I don't know what I'm doing. I went off on a tangent there, guys. That was a dad tangent. Every endorsement is different. Some of them are, I mean, it depends on what you want to call paid, but he was referring to monetarily being paid in cash, and like, getting a paycheck or getting a monthly salary or something like that. That never happens. Wish it would happen. That'd be sick. Best cab for 5150, Mesa Boogie 412. How do you like your G90? I love the G90. Hi, Zach. Thank you. Do I have Helix presets available? Not yet. I'm gonna start working on those. Dude, yeah. How can you mess with Mesa Boogie for cabs? Like, they're so good. Universally, if anyone says they actually legit don't like a Mesa Boogie cab, there's something wrong with them. Oh God, Glenn's in here, guys. Stream's over. We're done here. We're done. I'm just kidding. Glenn, you just missed the tangent that I went on about endorsements. Dual Dark is cool. Hey Fluff, I'm looking for a guitar and I want a Gino Rampage, but I'm not sure about the trim. Is it good? Okay, I was lambasted for saying that I hated the Kaler. I don't like Kalers. They're not good. Unless you get the American stainless steel one. Um, don't bother. Let's ask Glenn the cabinet question, shall we, guys? Glenn, what is the best cab for a PV 5150? Or you know what? What's the best cab for metal? If you don't say Mesa Boogie, then I'm going to kick you out of the chat. Just kidding. Don't say Harley Benton. Coffee cabs are so sick. I guess Panama cabs are no longer good. I never said they were good. not the cabs. Later, Glenn. UK tour. So the problem with going over to Europe is it's really expensive. So right off the bat, if we wanted to go to Europe, and by the way, we have to be asked to go to Europe. We just can't be like, oh, we're going to show up. That's, touring. You have to go where you're asked to go. But for the band, it would right away be $5,000 just for plane tickets. And then we got to work out the individual visas if we went outside of, if we tour Europe, we have to have a work visa for every single country we hit, which gets really messy. So that's why it's so hard for bands like us to go over there. Yes, $5,000 for airfare. We were almost going to go to Europe last year, and it was financially crippling. That's why you see when bands do go over there, they will literally spend 2 months over there doing all sorts of festivals and stuff. They have to stay over there on to make it worth their while. Do I collect Les Pauls? I do not. I only have one, but I love it. It's beat up, and it sounds amazing. And I used it for a bunch of stuff on Rust Repose's first record. How's your down picking game? Not as good as it used to be. When I was a young guy, it was pretty damn good, I will say. It's not that great anymore. I don't know how fast. I'm not warmed up either. I'm not warmed up, guys. Yeah, it's not that great. Not that great. Like that kind of stuff. Straight down picking is tough. What guitar is this? This is a Beau Burchell Thicket BB Standard from Balaguer Guitars. It's very heavy. This is like 10 pounds, 11 pounds maybe. Opinion on Avenged Sevenfold. Great band. They do what they want. I'll give them that. You can't not respect that. Would love to see more boutique type gear demos. Well, I'm about to demo a Tone King amplifier, which is Seafoam Green, which is downstairs. An unreleased pedal that's very, very cool. And I have a Friedman Butter Slacks being built for me right now. And I'm actually flying down to Boutique Amp Supply soon to film some stuff down in Los Angeles. I don't know. It's tough to do the boutique stuff. I have access to pretty much anything I want, but people go nuts on me when I do expensive stuff. I can't afford that. Do guitars that cost less than $20. Like, I guess, I just have to be careful of catering to that crowd. If that makes any sense. I have to keep everybody in mind. And the majority of the people that watch this channel can't necessarily afford a $6,000 amp or something like that. You know what I mean? So I just have to be careful. That's all. Yeah, most people can't afford stuff. Like, the most asked question that I get still is, okay, what amp can I get? I want an all-tube amp that has really great cleans and amazing high gain tones for less than $200. What can I get? And I'm like, dude, you can't. Like, sorry. I want all tube. be able to hang with the band. I only have $175, so what can I get? Like, no, you just have to save up your money. Like, sorry. Or I want to get legit room treatment for my studio, but I don't want to spend an arm and a leg. Sorry, you have to spend an arm and a leg to get functional room treatment. You know what I mean? It's like one of those kinds of things where it's like you have to reach a certain point to get to the tube amp arena, if it were. Why did I sell my Kemper? Geez, 3 years later, I'm still asking me that question. Because I just didn't use it, man. At that time, in the old place, I was using profiled 5150 tones and things like that when I had an original Blocklighter 5150. It just didn't make any sense to me. I'm thinking about making a Kemper pack, though, of my amps. Do I still do this stuff with Positive Grid? I do not. When I left them, that's when I stopped basically doing demos for them. Wow, I've been on here for an hour already. And there's still people watching. What's going on? For those of you who missed the beginning, I just wanted to come on here. Originally, my point was people keep asking about the Toneforge Misha Mansour first look video and why I took it down. It's because it was never meant to be up for a long period of time. I had gotten the plugin 5 minutes before I made the video. I made a sound demo that everyone hated because it didn't sound the greatest because I had only spent 5 minutes with it. But the point of the video was to let everyone know that there was 24 hours left in the pre-sale. That's all. The plan was always to just take it down and make something much better after I learned how to use it. So should I put something up that sounded subpar compared to everything else? Probably not. I was in a hurry. That's what happens when you're in a hurry. I should do more live streams. Hey, thanks, Andy. I'm proud of what we've done at JST. We have the bass stuff coming as well. I'm probably not supposed to talk about that. We have a lot of cool stuff coming, and it's only going to get cooler. But I feel like the Misha plugin is really like the next level. It's a next level plugin for us. My dogs are very tired. What beard product do you use to stay fabulous? Nothing. Sometimes I use some oil. It depends on what kind of day I'm having, really. Oh. Do a push-up? No. Who actually legit is like, dude, I am so stoked. I'm about to do push-ups. Nobody. Even fit people. Even you young people. No fit person is like, Oh, can I do a push-up now, please? No one does that. And if you say you do, you're lying. What classic rock music are you into or inspired you to play guitar? Classic rock didn't really inspire me to play guitar, but my dad used to bump Black Sabbath all the time, and the Eagles. I'm a huge Eagles nerd. Let's see. Thoughts on the Foo Fighters. I love the Foo Fighters. I love the old stuff more than I'll ever love the new stuff. I saw them in a tiny club in early 1997, and it was like one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. And they just were crushing back then. And they're still awesome. I love the band still, but the songs have changed over time. I just love the quirkiness of the early stuff. I don't know. Yeah, Foo Fighters might be boring live now. They weren't then. I promise. They were fucking crazy back then. Smashing Pumpkins is definitely one of the reasons I got in guitar. So I skipped out what would have been Soundgarden's last show as before they initially broke up in '96 to go get a big muff pedal because I wanted to sound like Billy Corgan. Am I named after Fluff by Black Sabbath? I am not. I wish I could say that though. I knew someone who was named after Black Sabbath once. Her name was Sabbatha. Seriously. Her legal name was Sabbatha, and her parents were hippies who loved Black Sabbath. So they named their daughter Sabbatha. Do we have a new vocalist for Rest Repose? We might. We're doing okay in that department. That's all I'll say. Thoughts on the PRS MT15? I love it. It's a really great amp. Those are out now, right? They were delayed. I know that. How many singer changes for Rest Repose? This will be the third. Here's the thing, though. Because we instantly started in the public spotlight, in the public view, these are normal growing pains that bands normally go through before we're, doing other stuff. So whatever. Hey, if people still love Tesseract after having like 6 singers, then we'll be all right. This will be the last one though. A new singer for every album. That's what we should do. You know what? We should just go full ham and do a different singer on each song. And so, but like we'll be Slipknot. So like we'll have 12 members. So like when we play live, the singer gets done and then he hands the mic off to the next singer. What happened to Tanner? He couldn't do it. He was in a bad spot, and like we were on show number 6, and we already had 2 days off, and he had totally lost his voice, and he wasn't taking care of himself. And then honestly, the final straw was when we were in the van, and he had his laptop out. I was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna lip sync." And we were like, "Okay, that's it." And that was the final straw, where he was just gonna lip sync. I talk to Tanner every once in a while. I'm the only one from the band that does still talk to him. He's in a better spot now. It's fine. It was for the best. Nope, we have a bassist. It's kind of hard to play like this. What's my favorite riff to play? When we were sound checking on tour, I was playing King of the Rotten. People really like that one. Jimmy clip. Lowest tuning I personally use. Drop B. Although some of the new Rest Repose stuff is currently in A. We'll see. We'll see if that sticks. I don't know if it'll stick. Can you play the Super Mario theme? No, but I wish I could. Oh, is the chat attenuating the? So I'll turn the guitar down. Yes, I am still using Studio One. I totally switched like 6 months ago. Is Tony gone now? Fuck, I wish. Just kidding. Or am I? All right. It's 6:36, guys. What happened to my Atom A7Xs? Well, I originally got rid of the A7Xs because I got the A77s. I do still have the A77s. I just don't have them up. How many Ghost shirts do I own? I feel personally attacked. But the answer is like 7, 8. A lot. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to make some Helix patches. I think that's what I'm going to do. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. It's been a blast. We'll do this more often. I should do this way more often just to kind of say hi to everybody. But I love you all. Thank you so much for spending any of your time doing anything relating to me. And I will see you very soon, guys and gals. I think it's mostly guys. There's no gals in here. But yeah. I'll see you later, guys.